we do have questions. At this particular point in time, there are more questions than answers. So the most important thing is that she's here. She's no longer missing. Not dead, thank God. But again, more questions than answers. And the whole thing it's a little odd to me. I'm not gonna lie about the situation. It's a little odd to me. Okay. And I know the family has asked for privacy and stuff like that, but this is a news story. This is a hot topic. I mean, this missing persons incident was really, 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 really big. Because I cannot escape it onto the Instagrams. Like, my best friend was calling me talking about, did you hear about Carlee Russell? Did you hear about Carlee Russell? I'm like, what's going on with Carlee Russell? So then I'm the type of person where I'll see stuff pop up continuously on Instagram, and if it doesn't really ring a bell, I keep on scrolling, and I'm like, oh, that girl who keep popping up on my timeline, she's like, yeah, she went missing. So I'm like, okay. So I see that the Shade Room is talking about it, and the Neighborhood Talk is talking about it, and Portia for Reals onto the Instagram, she's talking about it, and we found out she's alive. So then I start going back. I'm like, okay, so what was the big debacle? Apparently, she was driving down the freeway, young black lady, Carlee Russell, driving down the freeway. I guess she claimed to have seen a toddler, a young child. Her being a good Samaritan, pulls over, and apparently she got abducted. Now, I believe there were 2 phone calls, I think, if I'm not mistaken. We'll get the details in just a second. One, I think, was the police. The other was like to a family member, a friend, or a family member who allegedly heard her kind of scream, and then we assumed that she got kidnapped, snatched, taken, right? So I'm assuming they put out a missing persons report. They had people on the grounds doing, the groundwork, but the social media, sort of frenzy was really huge. And then it hit the black blogs and everybody was reposting and stuff like that, right? So 2 days after a 2-day search, the young lady ends up reappearing. She reappears at her parents' house, knocks on the door, and they let her in. So I'm like, oh my God, thank God the young lady is alive. Thank God she was alive. Thank God she reappeared. But what happened? Like, am I the only one that's like really like trying to figure out, okay, so what happened? Like, was there really a toddler? Because the authorities are saying there's no sign of no toddler, no child, no nothing. So I'm like, okay, like, where did you go? Where have you been for 2 days? How did you get back home? Like, I want to know what the true tea is. So listen, I'll do some commentary. I'm going to play this clip from Good Morning America, and then, wait, did it send?
Guys, good morning. That's what everyone is asking. What happened to Carlee Russell? This story was all over social media this weekend because it was terrifying. The idea that a woman stopped to help a toddler and was presumably abducted. When she returned home late Saturday, as randomly as she vanished, we were left with more questions than answers.
This morning, family and investigators scrambling to find out what happened to Carlee Russell, who mysteriously returned home after vanishing from the side of an interstate in Alabama. The family relieved after welcoming her home from the hospital Sunday, writing on social media, "We are so grateful to each of you for all the acts of kindness, generosity, and compassion you've shown. Our baby is safe. We do want to ask for privacy at this time to allow us to just love on our daughter and each other with our close family and friends." The 25-year-old disappeared Thursday night outside of Birmingham until family reported she'd returned home late Saturday night. But now serious questions remain about where Carlee Russell was for more than 2 days and whether someone abducted her.
Hoover police say Carlee called 911 around 9:30 and reported seeing a toddler.
Now, you guys, this is not the most HD video, right? It is really, really dark outside, but I don't see anything on the side of the road. So that's her car marked in red
On the side of Interstate 459. Then Carlee reportedly made another call to her brother's girlfriend, who told her mother she could hear what she believed was Carlee trying to help the child. ABC News speaking to her parents before she was found.
She never heard a child say anything, and she heard my daughter scream or what sounded like a scream.
Officers say they were on the scene within 5 minutes, but there was no sign of Russell. But her wig, purse, keys, and cell phone were found on the roadside. And this morning, investigators say they have no images or information about the toddler.
So that's a really important piece there. I believe they just said the person over the phone heard her scream as if she was being kidnapped, but never heard a child. The police showed up and said, "We ain't seen the child. You know what I mean? We know nothing about a missing child." Um, that's strange. Wrong button.
So that's one of the big questions that folks are asking. What about the toddler? But again, investigators say they have no information about an alleged missing toddler, but they are still investigating and will release more details as they become available. But so many questions. At the end of the day, grateful she's
home. Yes, but like you said, more questions than answers right now.
Yeah.
All right, Janae, thank you.
I mean,
All right, thank
yeah.
you, Janae.
I mean, listen, I don't even want details, right? I know it's a traumatic situation and we may not get the answers. We'll probably get the answers from authorities before the family or the young lady comes out and says anything, I think, because, you know, they're going through it right there. Baby girl was lost for 48 hours. The thing for me though is I just want to know, like, where did you go? Like, where were you? In the time span of those 2 days, where were you? Was there a toddler? Was there a toddler? Was there a child? Where did you go for those 2 days and how did you get home? If you didn't have your phone, your Apple Watch, your wig, your purse, how did you get back to your parents' house? Really, 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 really interesting. So, yes, y'all got to let me know how y'all feel about the entire situation in the comments down below. Now, listen, I'm not one of those that's going to, try to speculate and make it seem like the girl is lying about something like it was some hoax. I give victims the benefit of the doubt. So I'm not going to be calling her Jussie Smollett, and I'm not saying that this was fake and it's a hoax and, it's all made up. And, some people are citing mental illness and some people are saying that the kidnappers gave her back because the media, it garnered so much media attention, et cetera, et cetera. But it's just really interesting. I just want to know, how'd you get home and was there a toddler and where did you go? That's all. But I'm really, really grateful and happy that she returned home alive and safe. So let me know how y'all feel about this situation in the comments down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to create a great day.